Hi everybody, John Gill here, World Pickleball Association, with Journey into Pickleball, Kyle McKenzie, K-Mac they call him.
K-Mac,
Big
yes.
mate of Tyson's. They do these great camps together. I know some friends that are coaching for you guys.
Yeah.
So tell me, where did it all start for you, Kyle? You are absolutely, his commentating and his analytical is incredible.
Well, I appreciate
I'm sitting
that.
there going, I'm feeding it all the time. He's right, that's perfect.
So yeah, I realized as an adult or young adult, I've just had this passion for strategy. It won't go away. And I found pickleball. I used to play poker for a living and was looking for that next puzzle to solve. Started playing pickleball. Was introduced to it by my high school tennis coach. He got me out there. I'm like, all right, we'll give it a shot, and really just haven't looked back since. And loved tennis, but I feel like pickleball has even more strategy. It's not just power, like we were chatting about. You really have to understand what you do well, what your opponent's limitations are, and how to match that up. And it's a puzzle you can never fully solve, and it's always different every time. So it's been so much fun for me to be involved, in the sport with coaching and with commentating, to be able to learn and evolve. Because if you're not paying attention to what's going on in recent pro level, you're going to be behind the game and behind the wave. So it's been a fun challenge for me, and something I certainly didn't expect in my 30s to make a career change and be fully in this pickleball world.
So was professional poker your thing since you left school or something, or what was your main?
So I got into it as I was in college.
What did you study college?
So I would have started college in 2005.
What did you study?
I was all over the place. Didn't really ever know exactly what I wanted to get into. I was just kind of a general business major. But when I got into poker, kind of on the side, I fell in love with it. I actually dropped out of school originally and did poker for a living for a couple of years. Went back and finished my degree. Now it's just something I do recreationally. But I think that mindset of trying to figure out what you do well, what you're comfortable with, and how to match that up against potential weaknesses is a very similar mindset for pickleball. And I think that's why you've got Adam Stone, a couple other players who either played professional poker or just high-level poker that have gone into coaching, competing side of pickleball. And it's a similar lens by which you analyze.
I've heard a few pro poker players getting into the analogy and the strategy and everything. And were you tennis? So you was your main sport when you were growing up? Tennis?
So I played a little of everything growing up. I was from a very small town, so tennis was just about the last sport I picked up. I picked up a racket at 16 and kind of just taught myself and hit against a wall, and got lucky enough to walk on and play Division I tennis at University of Idaho. I had a very ugly tennis game, but I think that's why it made me think so much more. I wasn't going to beat anyone with just ability. I had to really study my opponents, know, and be very self-aware. What did I do decent enough that I could kind of hang my hat on, and how could I find that weakness and expose it? Because again, if it was just a contest of talent, I didn't belong on the court with a lot of the people I was playing against.
Well, I know you play great pickleball, so it's transcended across. What stage did you take up pickleball? What year?
Gosh, it's tough to know for sure. I want to say around 2016, somewhere in that range. Yeah, I've been around it for a little while.
That's legendary compared to most people these days. Most people are COVID pickleball people.
No, for sure. I was fully invested and leading clinics when COVID was happening, and it was right around the time I actually quit my full-time job to go all in for pickleball. Then COVID happened, and I'm thinking, what did I get myself into? But fortunately for me, COVID actually really exposed so many more people to pickleball, helped it jump up more, and I've just been happily staying very busy ever since.
Your videos with Tyson are just absolutely brilliant.
Oh, well, thank you.
Okay, I watch everything. I've watched everything in pickleball. I'm a little bit.
You're a junkie. You're in good company. I'm right there with you, John.
Martial arts, tennis, 40 odd years now. Pickleball, like 3.5 years full on. I watch everything, and I think your analytical stuff with Tyson, the drills you do, are absolutely sensational.
Thank you.
And I believe, because a few friends of mine coach for you guys as well around the country, Seth and
Seth.
Seth.
I love Seth.
Seth, he's a great guy. And tell me more about what you're doing. You're doing a coaching course, is that correct?
Yeah. So timeline is kind of TBD. We'll get that out when we can. But I think what started with those videos was kind of an idea I had. The first camp I helped Tyson teach, the very first one, we asked people, where's everyone from? And we were teaching in Atlanta, and I think there was 18 or 20 campers, and 70% of them weren't even from the state. And I'm looking at how much money they paid for the camp, how much money they paid just to come in, and I said, you know what? We're seeing a lot of these same common tendencies, common issues all over. Why don't we make a video library of the common things we see and kind of just allow people to get educated that way and not have to come to us, you know, with the power of technology. So within the spirit of that, I think we're gonna look to have more of a certification as well, just because we've kind of accidentally stumbled on our own like language, you know, with the analogies and with the way that we look at the game. So I think that it makes sense to give people an opportunity to use that language to educate people in their local communities and be certified with a Tyson McGuffin certification. Again, don't know the exact timeline, but it is in the works.
Oh, that is awesome, because you guys are like the best of the best. It's been fantastic.
Appreciate it.
I've enjoyed all of you guys, and Wes Gabelson and Steve Paranto on Saltcook TV as well. I think they're great.
They do a
Jordan
great job.
Briones is great.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of them, and you guys are just fantastic. So your contribution to pickleball is amazing. So is Tyson. And I just think that it's just everyone should play pickleball. If you're not playing pickleball, you've got to play pickleball. And I'm putting on some big tournaments coming up. My goal is getting to Olympics.
Would love that.
Either LA 2028 is hopefully, it might be a bit hard to get a full-time sport,
Sure.
but at least a demonstration sport. If not, we'll do our own, right? We'll do
Yeah,
our own
absolutely,
anyway.
absolutely.
We'll do our own. But all the people come overseas. Come and watch out.
Well, I know it's complicated, you know, with everything that goes into getting in the Olympics. But good people like yourself are working to make it happen. I always tell people it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and the sooner the better.
Yeah, because my ultimate goal is Australia.
Yep.
Now, a lot of people didn't know this. Australia is the Olympics in 2032.
Okay.
So I've been coming here 25 years with the martial art tournaments. Now, I'm married American, living here.
Yeah.
So a bit of back and forward, but Australia 2032. Now, talking about going to Australia, I'm doing a tour, and I want you guys to come one day. All right, but Dave, I got Riley there. I was one that did the ads for him.
Okay,
I couldn't get there
you got
because
Riley
he
out there,
kept getting COVID delayed. He finally got there last January. He had a great time, right? So I did the ads for him and got all the connections, and he did a great job. They loved him. So I want to get you there one day, but definitely got Dave for the Badger Winemark.
The Badger. Can't go wrong with the Badger.
Coming next January. Was it December 28th to January 20th? It's going to be a sensational tour. So check out theworldpickleballassociation.com/tours for the information about that. And how about you guys the year after? Because I want to do I want to do them every January, and we finished watching the Australian Open tennis. I know, Tyson, you guys are all tennis players. You'd love to watch that.
I would love to see the Australian Open.
We'll talk to Tyson. I want you two to come the year after, okay?
Let's make it happen.
All right.
Let's make it happen.
Thanks, guys. And give us your website and everything as well, and the camps.
Yeah, so you
and
can find all the camps at TysonMcGuffin.com. You can follow me on Instagram, kyle.mckenzie.pb.
If you want to learn from the best, these are the best. Him and Tyson McGuffin. Kyle McKenzie, Tyson McGuffin. Get to their website and learn from them. And they're all over YouTube, of course, as well. Thanks, mate. One more thing before we go. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. You ready? Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Aussie, oi. Aussie, oi, Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. That's the second part. That's verse 2.
I only know the first verse, I guess.
Take care, guys. See ya.
Thank you.